My poor little boots have been neglected.
Yeah.
That's just a spare regulator. My fins. Poor little fins, haven't been in the ocean in a month. First dive of 2022. Let's see if I can even get these on. I bet my wetsuit's not even gonna, yeah, it's probably gonna explode at the seams. So finally back out in the ocean. It's been over a month, which means that's the longest period of time I've been not scuba diving in like years. So it feels like I'm getting out of jail or something. But it's amazing. Look at this weather. Look at this beach. If you're around Dauin, you know this is a Maltipie dive site. Or if you've been watching the channel a long time, you know, because we used to come here all the time. So many cool little critters and things that we hadn't seen before here. So I'm anxious to see what the typhoon did, if the topography is different. Of course, this isn't a reef site, this is a muck diving site, which you guys know I love. That's where I find the most rare species, little tiny critters that I could just set up a tripod or sit on the sand and film. But today I brought a flash with me, external flash for the camera, and I'm gonna try, besides making the video, I'm gonna try making some photos. I'm gonna see how I can get some good photos. So if I find one good subject, one nudie, one shrimp or something, I'll film it first, and then I'll take some photos, see how it goes. As you guys know, if you've been watching, there was a photo competition like a few months ago. I didn't do very good. I mean, I just joined at the last second, didn't have any flash, I thought it was easy, just push the button, but I didn't even win. So yeah, I'm interested. I mean, YouTube videos, that's my passion, but let's go see how the photos go. But guys, honestly, even if I get no good photos or videos, it's just good to be back in the ocean. Alex!
No.
Man, my poor gear's been neglected for a month.
Yeah. I'm still working now.
Have you been here since typhoon? Maltipie?
No.
Yeah, let's go see if the rope and the log and all the topography is all the same. Let's see if it changed.
Yeah.
So the first critter of the day that we run into was this little flamboyant cuttlefish. And this guy was pretty small, but guess what? There was two, and his little mate was even smaller. Usually the boys are the small ones, just following around the bigger females. As you can see, these guys are masters of camouflage. And if you've been watching this channel, you know these are one of my favorite critters in the whole ocean. These were definitely on my bucket list when I first arrived in Southeast Asia. I definitely wanted to see flamboyant cuttlefish. And now that I see them quite often, well, I can't get enough of them. I just love how their patterns change and they can change color. Right there, you see he just changed to brown because he's hunting and he's trying to hide and blend in so he can catch his fish. I think it's funny that this girl is hunting and not paying attention, and the boy, he don't want any food. He's just following the girl around. The little boy in the back is just so funny. I know what's on his mind. But yeah, flamboyant cuttlefish are one of the most awesome and unique species on the planet, and I always spend too much time filming them when I find them.
And I'm glad I got to see him on my first dive back and my first dive on 2022. And here's a little blenny sitting in his hole, because that's what blennies do. This guy's a cool little fang blenny species. There's a lot of blennies and gobies here around Dauin, and I actually get the two confused. But this is a blenny, and maybe one day I'll do a video just all about gobies and blennies. One thing they both have in common is they both like to hide in little holes. And here's a little nudie break. First nudie of the day. I actually saw quite a few nudies on this dive, but the battery died and I didn't get to film hardly any of them. But this guy was pretty cool. We actually have 2 or 3 species of this one in our book, so we've seen it quite often. But I'm not going to pass up a chance to film it. And then here in this mushroom coral are these really rare mushroom coral pipefish. These guys are hard to find and they weren't discovered too long ago. And if I'm not mistaken, they were first discovered as a species in the Philippines. Now they're known in Philippines and Papua and Indonesia, but it's pretty cool that we have a few at least here in Dauin. They're pretty unique. This one seems to be pregnant with eggs attached to its underneath. And then here is a Xeno crab just hanging on to its little bush. It's pretty cute, and I was trying to get a photo of this guy. I figured this one would be the one that I would practice my photography. So after I got some video of it and admired at his little hat that he put on his head and on his back, I took some photos. They turned out okay. Not great. I had the white balance setting set wrong. I mean, it's a lot to think about, and I haven't dove in a month or month and a half. So I kind of forgot half the settings. But I think next time it'll be better. I was also kind of just admiring this little guy. He's so cute. He's just really well camouflaged. A really unique crab species. Doesn't look like a crab at all. And I just like to watch him. He thinks he's invisible, and he doesn't even care about me. But here's the photo I got, and that'll have to be the best for today.
So that was an amazing dive. That's exactly what I needed. I didn't need to sit in bed the last 2 weeks with medicine. Just needed to come out here and get some vitamin C, I think. Unfortunately, my battery died after 61 minutes, and that was a 75-minute dive, so I didn't get to film all the critters we saw. But even when I have battery the whole time, you know, I can only film like one of 1,000 things I see. So amazing here in the Philippines. That's why I started my channel. There's so many amazing species and critters just offshore that you can see every day. Even if I come here to the same dive site, we'll see different critters every time. So amazing. So glad to be back in the water. I don't think I got many photos, but I got some awesome shots. Alex found the flamboyants, a bunch of nudies. I even saw frogfish, but he was like under a sea urchin, so I didn't even try to film him. He was gonna stab me. But amazing dive. I'm gonna put a video up here from my last dive. You guys should definitely watch that. There's a whole every video is different critters, so it's definitely interesting every dive. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're definitely getting back out here in the sea every day, so make sure to subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow. Bye.